Welcome to She Wears the Pants, the podcast where women build companies that can hold their calling. I'm your host, Ashley Deland, business advisor, multi-business founder, and startup investor, guiding women to scale with structure, strategy, and self-mastery. Every week, we go behind the scenes of high-growth, women-led brands to talk about the real work, the identity evolution, the leadership required, and the strategy that actually sustains success. If you're ready to build a business and life you love, you're in the right room. Okay, welcome back to She Wears the Pants. I'm your host, Ashley Deland. And today I'm sitting down with the truly beautiful Jasmine Mankey, an 8-figure mentor, Forbes 30 under 30 lister, an international best-selling author, and a globally recognized speaker who has helped hundreds manifest more wealth, alignment, and joy. Jasmine has built a net worth of over 8 figures in her 20s. She's manifested a multi-million-dollar home in just 3 weeks, and she helps women create multiple 6-figure cash months, often while unplugged, fully aligned, and in flow. She's not just building wealth, she's redefining it. And in this conversation, we're diving into what it truly means to lead a rich life inside and out. Welcome, Jasmine. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to have this conversation today.
So, walk me through a little bit on how you got started in your entrepreneurial journey.
Okay, how I got started was when I was 5 years old, and my mom took me to business boardroom meetings, and I would be painting while she was having conversations with business men who are wearing the pants, and she was wearing pink in a beautiful dress and never failed to inspire, looking like a fashion model in her 30s and 40s. And that's how my business journey started. I knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur myself. And I mean, there's so much to the story that I can kind of talk about, but that's really like the beginning. It's like I remember that. And then I found myself in all the holiday destinations, like selling seashells. Oh my God.
By the seashore.
Seashells by the seashore. So like doing all the things. And yeah, that's just really how it got started, honestly.
I love that. So you were born with the entrepreneurial spirit and saw your mother fulfill her dreams, and then that's what brought you to yours.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, my mom actually was fulfilling my dad's dreams because he got really sick when I was young, and she was forced to then take over and wear the pants, and like take care of hers and put her dreams last, which is kind of what inspired me not to take over the family legacy, but generate my own wealth, which now I love helping my family with and providing a beautiful surprise. Like in 2 days, I'm going to be taking my mom first class tickets to Rome, and it's beautiful to be able to create that own wealth and have that independence, but also build from alignment rather than pressure, and not having that kind of like, you have to do something that you don't want. And I was actually just writing a post about this on my Instagram, where it's like, I am so glad that I turned down the family legacy when I was 21. Everybody thought I was insanely crazy. But that's when I decided I'm not going to be sitting in an office in Berlin, Germany, which is where I was born, but I'm actually here in Dubai. I don't know if our viewers can hear or see me. They can see me. Amazing. So you can see the view. And I'm definitely not in an office where there's no windows, which was my reality at some point. I was working in an office in Knightsbridge in London. There were no windows. I was in the basement. Thought that that was the only way to create wealth, only to realize that that's absolutely not going to be my journey. So it was a lot of saying no to things that were unaligned that got me to where I am today.
I love that you said that, because I feel like so many women feel they have to say yes to everything that comes their way in order to gain that, quote unquote profit. But you're saying you can make incredible amounts of wealth. You are a byproduct of that by stepping into alignment over pressure. So
Yeah.
If you could whisper something in the listener's ears regarding that, what does alignment feel over pressure? Because some may not know the difference.
Honestly, I just had this. So like for example now, I was invited. So if you're listening to this, I was invited to this beautiful podcast that I'm very excited about. And it's like it's 6 p.m. my time. It's an amazing time for me. Like right now it's like it's prime time. It's still good for me. It's not too late. It's great. And I had a stressful morning because I had a lot of different meetings lined up, and me reaching out and saying, "Hey, can I please get a minute? Like, I'm going to be there 15 minutes past." Not being like, oh, "I'm so sorry, I'm running late," like all hectic, but knowing that I'm going to be my best and I'm going to add even more value if I just have a minute. And I was so my God, I'm having all the words today. So generously and absolutely so with so much love greeted by Ashley of like saying, "Don't worry, like absolutely no problem. I totally get it." And I think often women don't do that. They don't ask for what they need. They just accept what is being handed to them. And when you build from alignment, you can feel in your body, which is a huge part of my body of work, literally, is like stepping into alignment because then you'll know what it feels like when you're not. And it's almost so loud that you can't go back. It's like I've reached a certain standard, certain level in my life, going from all sorts of, negative mindset to undervaluing myself and undercharging and over delivering and, like all these things. I feel like as entrepreneurs, we've all been there. But knowing your worth and also knowing what it feels like in your body when something is a hell yes, and having the courage and also the love for yourself in saying no or saying, hang on a minute, or let me feel into that, and just kind of buying yourself and giving yourself that time while also acting on hell yeses and hell nos. And I love human design. So I'm a 5-1 sacral generator. I don't know if you guys are into human design, but for me, it's like usually it's a very clear yes or no. And today I was getting mixed feelings. And it was interesting because it's like that's like me reaching a whole other level. And I feel like when I'm recalibrating to another level, it's like it's going to feel different again. So I talk a lot about feelings because I feel like as women, we have that strong intuition, and we already know pretty much from the beginning if something is meant for you. We know the relationship. Come on, ladies, let's be honest. You see the red flags and you choose to ignore them. You see the red flags in business and you choose to ignore them. Or you can actually identify the red flag and see, like, can we make this orange, yellow, green? How can we turn this into a green flag and making it work for you so you don't feel like you need to say no to everything, but you can actually dance your way towards it. Meaning, just because I was stressed today, which is not what I do, it's like I'm human. Of course, I'll get a little, like stressed, but I make sure that I'm back into alignment because this whole meeting was a full body yes. This whole interview was a full body yes. That's kind of what I mean by that. It's not just, oh, you're stressed right now, so let's stop everything and let's not keep going. So this is my kind of whisper. It's like just because it feels a little bit stressful and going deeper, it's like, how can you make sure that it's a hell yes?
And give yourself so much grace in the meantime, because I hear you saying you're in an evolution right now, and it may require you to spend a little bit more time in between the meetings to decompress in order to serve at a higher level.
Yes.
One of the biggest reasons that I wanted you on this podcast is because I admire what you're doing in the industry, and I see you as such a disruptor in such a beautiful way. When I initially kind of met you was at the Millionaire Playbook, and then when I started doing a lot of deeper research about you, I was like, wow, nobody is really doing this, and if they are, it's not at the quality or caliber that you're doing. Can you tell the listeners a little bit about your uniqueness and your disruptiveness at the same time?
That's such a beautiful way of putting it. Yes. And I agree. Yes. Just to kind of circle back to your first comment, it's like I'm currently really shifting my brand from the last decade and 10 years of working with women and men teaching them on how to generate wealth to now really stepping into, I work with conscious millionaires who want to be rich in all areas of their life. So it's when you're so used to doing the same thing over and over again, you default to that old version of you very quickly. So I think it's very interesting. So just a little side note of like, take the time that you need, especially if you're at a turning point right now in your business or whatever, and you're elevating yourself and your brand. Just let this be your little permission slip, not that you need one, to allow yourself to move to the next level and keep getting yourself back then being conscious. Which brings me back to my methodology, the hypnodance method. I'm pretty sure that's what you were talking about. I realized that I love podcasts, right? Obviously, I'm speaking on this beautiful podcast and I think it's great and I think it's wonderful. But I realized for me, there's so much out there already that I was like, I've always been that person which can't sit still. And I love to move. I love to embody. I love to play. I love to sing. I love to dance. And I realized there's not much of the whole like playfulness. And that's why I loved it when it's like Millionaire Playbook. I'm like, yes, love this. How we can step into a higher frequency. And I mean, my entire family just looks so young because everybody's so playful and is so like they enjoy themselves so much and they have this young, vibrant energy to them. And I realized it's because there's always that sense of that joy that we bring. And I was like, I really want more of that in this industry. It can become so serious. It can become so I must and I should, and only if I hit 6 figures a month, then I'm good enough, or only if this milestone. And it's like, yes, but if you're not even enjoying getting there, then what makes you think that you'll enjoy actually being there? And then you need to maintain not enjoying getting there, which like that's to me not worth it. So that's how I created my first 7 figures. When I was 25, I was like, okay, I'll push myself really hard and I'll do all the things. And I did it, but I didn't feel so fulfilled. And then I pivoted and I changed. And I think that's really my biggest strong suit. And I really believe in this quote. It's like, it's the one that is the strongest, that is most adaptable to change. It's such a famous quote. It's like, if you really allow yourself to constantly change and make it this dance, and it's like the rhythm is changing and it's moving, that's when you're able to actually get the best results long term, because you don't put yourself into places you've outgrown. And that's why I've created something that is almost like a superpower called the hypnodance method. And it's a combination of mentorship, music, and movement. And there's binaural beats frequencies, NLP, so neuro-linguistic programming, and mentorship questions that you receive from me, not just some random dude on YouTube who's like types subliminals and some random affirmations. That's not the vibe. It's like high quality, high level mentorship in forms of a high vibrational track that I produce myself or work with someone. And there's usually also breath work, but there's always an outcome. So there's always, let's say I have one track, which is like 1 minute 45, and it's called Power Up. It's better than any espresso that gives you anxiety and jitters between meetings. I have, this signature song, which is Manifest 3 Wishes, and it starts with breath work. There's a visualization, there's a dancing, there's movement. There is so much in this track that just is completely life-changing, and it is such a shift as well. And I just actually realized, if you'd like, I'd be happy to show a little snippet even, if you'd like.
I just share access. Absolutely.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. So I think the biggest thing for me was like, how can I make sure that I create something that is so unique and doesn't just, provide more information, but actually creates lasting results in the moment, right? And I think that's truly where things started to shift for me in the moment. So I can show a little trailer that I'm actually launching on Sunday. Ooh. So you guys are going to be actually the first to see it. This trailer as well that I did with my mom. I just had a 4-week vacation with my mom in Bali, and we filmed a snippet. There's a 14-minute 44 track, and this is the trailer of the hypnodance activation.
Connect to your heart. Beat right now. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Rising higher. Allow yourself to feel. Trust in it. Move towards it. Every step you take, you step one step closer to your goals. Now it's yours. Yes, it's meant to be. Yes, it's meant to be. And you get to move your body right now. You do.
Oh, I love that.
Thank you. But it's like every word is so intentionally curated. It's like you get to move your body. It's like you're going to be happy, healthy, wealthy, loved, all the things because you're consciously priming yourself before anything else or anyone else can prime yourself. And I think that's really the key here. It's like every single activation that I create, especially in my Dear Conscious Millionaire audiobook experience or my programs or anything like that. I love adding a good soundtrack or like, okay, now let's do an activation or hey, let's go inwards. It's like I love this whole like interactiveness because my mind is just so creative. And I was like, how can I make sure that the people feel and get the results like that? It's because it gets to shift in the body. And it's like that's why my clients get such insane results. It's because we're working with them on a deeper level, you know? So like whether I custom curate it for my high net worth individual clients who need something very unique and custom to them, or versus it's one song that is good for everybody in this world. I don't know, do you know the Serenity Prayer?
Ooh, not off the top of my head, but yes, I've heard it multiple times.
So you know, so it's kind of like basically like grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, and you know, the courage to change the things I can, right? And the wisdom to know the difference. And I
Mhm.
realized it's like it's often used in like Alcoholics Anonymous, right? And in different kind of places. And I was like, the people who really actually need help, they're the ones in the club. So
Mm.
I decided to remix breath work with the Serenity Prayer and actually create this incredible soundtrack to help people get high on life. So
Hmm.
it's like I have all these ideas that I realized, why aren't people rich in all areas of their life? Why are people sabotaging their success? And I created outcome tracks and hypnodance tracks for most of them. So we have over 100 tracks now that I'm just producing and just channeling and connecting. And I think that's probably what you mean by like the disruption, but it just is so exciting for me to actually give people outcomes like, hey, literally you press the button and you can get there now, not next time, next month, but now.
I think there's two key points here that I want to reiterate about what you just said. And the first one is to know who you are on such a deep level before the world tells you who you are. And the
Yeah.
second is that you uncovered a huge factor that sometimes I see in this industry takes a little bit longer for people to understand. And that is you have to become the woman to hold this success before this success comes. So that, with that said, what are three things, just quick ahas or takeaway moments that you can provide to listeners on how to become the woman that can hold the success?
Yes. And I want to just add to that as well. I agree. And also on top of that, you can manifest what you want very fast. But if you want to maintain it and keep it, you have to become the person who maintains it and keeps it. So obviously for me, it's like I mean, I feel like everybody in this industry who really went for it has been humbled in like a spiritual smackdown way.
Yep,
If you haven't been humbled yet, it's like
it's coming.
you're not playing full out.
Yeah.
Like, you know? So it's like I really noticed when I was so young, I was like, I wasn't taking care of my health at all. I was like, doesn't matter, just let's go for it, whatever. So it's like if you want sustainable success and you want to become the version that holds the success and keep and attracts it, but also keeps it. That's why the wealth being framework is like you manifest it and then you maintain it, because that is the key here. I want you to create generational wealth. I don't want you to just have a high cash month and that's it. You know, like you want to create generational wealth. So in order to become the version of, I just had to make sure I add that to that. That was important.
Love that.
Um,
Literally wrote it down. Love it.
Thank you so much. So, and great question. So, number one, it's believing that you can have it. Like believing that you can have it now. Like you believing that you can have it now. And it sounds so simple, but it literally is that, because very likely you don't believe that you can have it now, which is why you're not having it now. And it's like, let me go deeper, because when people said that, I was like, I don't understand. What do you mean? Basically, it means that you are not acting accordingly, because you could be doing all the things. And this is probably the second step, I guess. It's like you act as the version that has the X amount of goal or whatever it is that you want now.
Yes.
And that's will produce the results. It's kind of like if you already, let's say I released 15 kilos of excess weight in my body. And it's like I just acted as the skinny legend version of me who's already smoking hot and feels amazing.
Yes.
And it's like when I acted, aka I built the same habits, it's like you're actually doing the things. You're not just thinking, oh, I am this person. No. Let's act like this person now. So it's like, okay, you make $1 million a month. Well, who are you being? Like, who is this version of you? What boundaries? And it's usually not what you think. That's why you hire mentors. And that's the third step. Work with the person who has what you want yesterday.
Yes.
I invested millions in myself, real estate, because I'm not afraid of going into zero. Like I wanted this place and I wasn't afraid because I know I can produce cash flow. I trust myself.
Yes.
And I know that I got me and I have the tenacity, the courage, the resilience. And I hire mentors. I always get myself in the closest proximity possible to learn it as fast as possible, because you can't buy time.
Yes.
And when I lost my dad when I was 10 years old, I realized that life truly is just a short journey. And you might as well just go all in and go for it, because otherwise, what's the point? Like either you're doing this or you might as well stop. You know, you might as well just get a job and spend time and like after 5 p.m. go home and enjoy yourself. I think that's where the truth bombs, not dropping F-bombs, but I'm dropping some truth bombs instead. But it's like you might as well just like go all in as well. And my cat keeps visiting me.
She's like, are you talking about family? Okay, great. I'm right here.
No, but it's like you might as well family. Yes. And it's like you might as well enjoy yourself and do what you want, because otherwise, like, honestly, what's the point? Like, you think you want more money? No, you want to have the benefits that the kind of money that you want to create comes with.
Right.
I was able to wake up this morning and I recorded another module because it just came through me. I couldn't help myself. Then I went to the gym. Then I invited my mom and I surprised her with, like I said, like beautiful first class tickets to go to Rome. Then we went for a swim in the pool. Then I recorded more stuff. Then I had some amazing meetings because my day is kind of like backwards because of divide time zone. So I decided to have fun in the morning. And then it doesn't matter how late I work because I know I'll get my 8 hours sleep. That's for me being relaxed, rich, and enjoying myself. And as soon as I feel a little bit of stress, I'm not like, oh my God, I'm so stressed. I take care of me. I go back into this energy. I go back into radiance. I trust myself. And I'm not just letting it like going with the flow. Where are we flowing to? If you don't know where you're going, that's another bonus point thing. It's like, if you don't even know exactly what it is that you want and what that feels like, that level of success, then you can't really believe in yourself because you don't even know what are you believing in. And then the second thing is you also can't act accordingly or take the action now because, again, you don't even know where are we going. Like, are we building a house? Are we building a private plane? Like, what are we doing? And then thirdly, you also don't know which mentor to hire. Right. So I think the number one thing that I recommend, and I do this all the time today, again, this is like the first step in the wealth being framework. It's like, what do you want? And it shifts. And when you allow yourself to shift it, you're never going to feel like complacent, and you also don't feel unfulfilled. Because the problem is people think they still want the same thing they wanted ages ago, but that's not the truth. Allow yourself to want more because it's actually healthy for you, right? So I think it's the first step is like really being clear on what it is that you want, then believing that you can have it now. This is key because if it's always in the future, you're always going to be chasing something that is going to keep being prolonged, and that's also not the point. And then on top of that, if you then allow yourself to show up and act as the version of you that is doing the thing now, then you will get the results now. If you want the results later, do all what I said later. But if you want the results now, now is the time to do it. And then I hope I made that clear. And then that was a joke. Yes, Jasmine, we got it. When is now a good time? It's my German side, you know, like very like. And then on top of that, it's like get yourself in the right mentorship and stop wasting your time. And I also wrote a post about this today. I made a note. It's like, you think you know the answers, but if you knew the answers, you would be having the results. And I always learn. If somebody can teach me how to do it faster, better, I hire them, because why not? Money can always be made back, but time, you never get that back. So that's just my take.
Those are very incredible top 3 points. Also, relaxed rich is like my new mantra. That just like landed hard into my soul. I love it.
I love that.
I feel that there is this undercurrent where I'm not even going to say women, people in general have these, you know, vision castings, but they put it so far away and then they act in accordance. So because I'm going to get that vision in 2 years, I'm going to go this slow in accordance to achievement. You can get that right now. So I'm so happy you reiterated that, because it's something that these listeners have heard often from me. Who said that you are playing the rules are playing the game and you didn't create the rules? Like, that vision can be right here if that's what you want in life. That is up to you to create. You are the co-creator of your life, right?
Yeah. And I think, just to add to it, the only reason that people don't do it is because, again, they don't believe that they can. So I think that's what we got to work on first. It's like, that's why I created the hypnodance method, is to bring that level of certainty, that self-belief, that connection to oneself, in order to then take action on the other steps. Because it's not that, you know, you're listening to this, not that you don't want what you have, but you just probably don't believe in yourself enough, or believe that it's possible for you for whatever reason, which all the reasons are true, because that's your quote unquote belief, right? So I think that's the first step. And then really going all in is key. And then consistently reminding yourself of like, yes, it is possible, and it's you, and it's possible now.
Let me ask you on a personal level, what's one thing that surprised you about success when you reached 7 figures or 8 figures or probably 9 figures now?
Coming soon. It's like already happened. Like, I didn't check my account for 2 minutes. Boom. No, I think it's like it almost doesn't feel real. And honestly, it sometimes feels like, even when I hear this, like Jasmine Menke, Forbes 30 under 30, and maybe you really get that as well. And Ashley and everyone else who's listening to this, it's like, sometimes you feel like an imposter, even though it is your success.
Yes, all the
it's time.
Like,
do you know what I mean? It's like, what does it actually mean? And it feels weird. And it's almost like, is this really me? And it's like, almost, it's so strange, but like, obviously you put in the work and you've taken the action, and it's like you, and it's I think the biggest thing is like, I expected it to be, it was not easy getting here, but it's like, I almost expected it to be like harder. Like, it can't already have happened in a way. I don't know if this is making sense at all, but it's like, it's not going to feel like what you think it's going to feel like. And I think that surprised me, of like, I literally have like my whole like Forbes 30 under 30, like I have the magazine.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, like it doesn't actually mean anything. Like, it really doesn't. And I think the biggest thing for me, and I actually really like that, there's somebody that I met, he was like, you know, like room service from a hotel I stayed at like 7 years ago. And he just messaged me actually before this on Instagram. He's like, hi, I don't think you remember me. I'm so-and-so from this and this hotel. Looks like you still prioritize your family, and, you know, you're such a beautiful soul. And I was like, I sent him a voice note. I'm like, oh my God, thank you. Of course I remember you. And I think I love that I really stayed and kept my values.
Yes.
Like, family is the most important thing for me. Like I said, I went for a little pool dip with my mom, and then I told her to go get a massage because she was super stressed, and then telling her like, hey, don't worry, I got you the compression socks of Amazon for the flight tomorrow and Saturday. And tomorrow my grandmother is staying over. And, it's like, what's the point of living a life if you can't enjoy it with people that you love? Yeah. And whether that is being married or your cat or yourself or your best friend or your husband or not, it's just allowing yourself to fall deeply in love with life and people around you is so important. Because when I didn't do that, and the first time around, I felt so lonely and I felt so stressed because I was pushing people away because I was like, I got to work and I don't want to inconvenience them with my not so relaxed richness back then and all the different things, it's like you feel pressure and then you don't want to make them feel bad and how it goes. So it's like, can you ask for, and I think this is a beautiful tie back to the beginning. It's like asking for what you need and still giving from overflow, making sure that you are overflowing with love and generosity for yourself so that you're so full and can give to others. And then if it doesn't feel in alignment, and again, what I mean by that, it doesn't feel right in your body or it's going against your values. And that's why it makes me very unique as a mentor. I don't just teach you how to make money. I teach you how to be rich in all areas of your life. We just got a confirmation to beep, because it's like, if you're trying to hit a financial goal, but you believe you need to sacrifice with, your love life, or you will gain weight or whatever, you associate something with that success. That's why you have your foot on the brake. That's the reason. Also, it's a belief system. So that's why I love being the evidence of like, yeah, you really do get to have it all. And I think that's a big, big, big component that surprised me. And I adjusted very fast, because I'm like, I rejected a lot of wealth and success for a period of my life because I was like, I just don't want it. It's not worth it to me. If it costs me my peace, it's too expensive. And I'm like, maybe I can be rich and happy. So I decided to go for that route instead.
And here she is. Right?
And here we are.
Okay.
Somebody's got to pay for private school for the kids in the future. So it's like,
trust me, girl. I hear you. I hear you.
So it's gonna be me.
Our final signature She Wears the Pants question. Looking back on your journey of wearing the pants, what message do you want to relay for future generations of women in business?
There's never a day too soon to love your life now. And if you don't love it, don't do it. It's not worth it. Like, honestly, it's not. And it sounds crazy sometimes because we think we have all these responsibilities, but do we really? Like, you're choosing to bring your kid to school. You're choosing to feed your cat. Like, that's what you're choosing. And you also get to choose the energy that you can do it in. So if you can't change the thing, change your attitude about it.
Yes.
Or choose differently, but don't live a life where you're complaining or you're complacent, but romanticize every moment and live fully to the maximum and just allow yourself to have way more fun.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I love that, Jasmine. Okay, so for the people who are now obsessed with you, where can they find you, my love?
You know what? I actually would love to give you guys a gift because Ashley is so cool and I'm so excited and I'm like, I want to know all the things. Why don't you message me the word Ashley on my Instagram?
Yes.
And then I might have a little gift for you. I guess you're going to have to come DM me and find out on Jasmine Manke Coaching. So I'm sure we'll be linking all the things below, but I just want to say thank you, Ashley, and thank you for listening. I'm so grateful and excited. I can't wait for your names to pop up in my inbox on Insta and then know exactly that you've heard this conversation, and then I get to deliver your gift as well.
That's so kind of you. Thank you so much, Jasmine.
Thank you so much for your time. I'm so grateful to be here. Thank you.
This was She Wears the Pants, where women rise into what they're meant to hold. If this episode moved you, changed you, or challenged you, send it to a woman you want to see rise. Make sure you're subscribed so you never miss an episode. And if you're ready for deeper strategy, identity expansion, and high-level support, you can find me on Instagram at Ashley Deland. Until next time, keep leading boldly, building intentionally, and becoming the woman your calling requires.